Hello and all, as you Attack on Titan Chapter 133 Sinners. In this chapter, it finally answers something I've been wondering about for a very long time. Eren, he's freed Ymir. He's basically taken control over the Titan realm. He's more or less become a god of all things Titan, so why are his friends still able to oppose him? Why can they still transform in their Titan forms? And my thoughts on this was that he was going for the Code Geass ending. He was making himself out to be this big, terrible villain that his friends, the Eldians, managed to stop and thus save the world. And Reiner seems to be under a similar belief in that at this point Eren just wants to die and pass the founder powers on to someone else. Maybe to Reiner? That would... Oh, that would be a fun twist, with all the suicidal thoughts and everything that's been going through Reiner's head for a very long time now. The several mental breakdowns he's had that he becomes the big hero that saves the world. Heck, maybe his father will even want something to do with him after that, but I don't think that's the case, simply because I don't think by the end of the series, Titans are still going to be a thing. I'm sure you could definitely argue the Eldians need the Titans to keep them safe, but I feel like it's always going to be, another thing that causes the people to fear them, that causes rumors and speculations to come about them, and sooner or later they're going to be wiped out by one race or another. I think it'd make a lot more sense if Titans just disappear in 200-300 years. We have scholars debating whether Titans were ever real or just a metaphor for the new weapons that the Eldians created. Oh, I love that. Titans are just a thing of myth. There's no way they were real. Anyway, so the reason why the reason why they're still free, and the reason why Eren has manipulated memories, is because Eren is a big fan of freedom. Sure, he's taken away the rest of the world's freedom by murdering them, but he just couldn't do it to his friends. He believes in freedom too much, and he can't take it away from them because that's what he's fighting for their freedom. So even if it means their death, he's still giving them the right to choose how they live their lives and how they die. Even if that choice is, to ultimately kill him. And I do just love the fact that Eren actually feels the need to bring his friends into the Titan realm, to literally explain this to them, so they don't waste their time trying to talk to him, which, thank God. And everyone's reaction to this is pretty interesting. Armin, he basically blames himself, We're at fault here. We drove Eren to this end. We put the, fate of saving our people, our race, our homeland on his shoulders, and this is basically his response. Okay, I need to figure a way to save our island. I know, I'll destroy literally the entire rest of the world. Hey, that's one way of doing it. Oh God, Mikasa was so cute. I want to share your burden. I commit the same crimes as you, so please stop ignoring us. Please come back. Oh, that is so heartbreaking. All she wants is to be with him. Not because of some Ackerman curse or anything like that, because she really does truly care about him. She loves him ever since he wrapped the scarf around her neck. She's always loved him, always wanted to be by his side, and just killing her so much to know that she needs to be the one that kills him. And I do mean it when I say that she needs to be the one that kills him. We have, all these blimps full of explosives, whatever bombs they have on the plane, Armin's Colossal Titan explosion bomb. But I feel like this needs to end with them killing him personally. Them seeing him, them seeing his human form, his human body, his human, I think he's just a head at this point, and stopping him, crushing it, breaking it, stabbing him. They need to look him in the eyes when they kill him. It just wouldn't feel the same if they did it from a distance. It needs to be up close and personal when it happens. Oh, and then of course we have Levi. I'll only kick your butt if you don't stop now. Oh. So yeah, he's still planning on kicking Eren's butt, even if he surrenders, even if he stops his whole, genocide plan, but in his own way, that's showing him how he cares. Which, probably more than he should be right now, given that Eren kind of got Hanji killed in the last chapter, just saying. God, and this shot of Kid Eren standing next to Kid Ymir is just so freaking off-putting, so terrifying. It's just so freaking disturbing as their eyes are blacked out and they're standing there motionless. It's really freaking unnerving, and I love it. So yeah, big conclusion from this chapter is that you're not going to be able to talk Eren down. You're not going to be able to convince him not to continue with his genocide plan. The only way to stop him is to kill him. Levi seems to think that killing Zeke will stop him, but Yeah, I really don't think that's the case. I mean, don't be wrong. I think Levi should kill Zeke. He's been trying to do it for, what, like 50, 60 chapters at this point. He really does not like the guy, and he has sworn multiple times that he would be the one that kills him. So yeah, Levi, you should definitely go and kill Zeke, but I really don't think that's going to stop the Titans. I mean, now Eren needed Zeke's body, blood, whatever originally because Zeke is a royal, and Ymir only listened to the royals. But Eren freed her from that. She's no longer a slave to the royal family, and quite frankly, I think she hates him at this point. So yeah, killing Zeke will not stop the Titans, but that does raise an interesting question. What about killing Eren? If he dies, will the Titans just stop where they are? Will they break apart? Will they die? Will they turn back to humans? I mean, it definitely seems like they're just, obeying orders at this point, keep moving forward, crushing everything beneath our feet. So are they going to keep following those orders even if Eren dies? Oh, that'd be heartbreaking. They finally kill Eren, only realize the Titans didn't stop moving. That'd actually be pretty funny. That'd actually be really funny. Oh yeah, they're also only at half a tank of gas, so they might not actually make it to Eren. I could definitely see them running out of fuel, and Anyan has to, crash the plane right into Eren. Oh, I would not be all that surprised if he dies before this fight ends. We have a very interesting comment between all the scouts about, we've killed a lot of people, many of whom were our friends, our comrades, to get this point, to try and save the world. And they really agree, Reiner, we don't really judge you anymore. We can't judge you for what you did because we've basically done the same thing. You were trying to save the world, trying to stop this exact thing from happening, and well, now it has. And to really emphasize that in this series, there aren't any actual villains. I mean, sure, there are awful people, like the guy that fed Grisha's sister to his dogs, and, just straight up racism going on, but for the most part, every character is just trying to do their best to save the world as best they see fit. Zeke was trying to castrate the Eldians so it wouldn't be a source of fear for the people anymore and could just die out. He believed that was the best way to end things. Eren's basically the same thing. He thinks the best way to protect his people is to kill everyone else. It certainly isn't going to work, given that everyone back on Paradise Island is already starting to kill each other, but he thinks it's the right thing to do. The Marleyan government thought the best way to keep the Eldians from going on a massive rampage and destroying the world again was to enslave them, more or less. They weren't necessarily doing it because they were awful people, but because they thought it was the best way of protecting the world from the Eldians and protecting themselves. If other nations got a hold of the Titans, of the shifter powers, and they could use that to cause God knows how much chaos and destruction, and they could bring the world to the edge of oblivion, global, catastrophic, unwinnable wars. So yeah, for the last 30, 40 chapters, I've been trying to figure out who is the good guy in this series, and now I'm suddenly realizing they're all good guys in their own way. Sure, they've done awful, terrible, unforgivable things, but each and every one of them was just doing what they thought was best for themselves, their people, the world as a whole. And that's just a very interesting way to look at this series. All right, anyway, then flashing over to Annie and Kiyomi. Surprising to see that Kiyomi has quite a bit of guilt over uniting Eren and Zeke together. Basically starting the ball rolling in this whole massive genocide plan. I mean, there's no way she could have known that, but at the same time, she was kind of blinded by her greed, wanting to get the resources on Paradise Island for herself, for her clan. I'm curious to see what she ends up doing down the road, because I feel like she's definitely going to play a large role in the epilogue of the series, helping rebuild Paradise Island, making peace between the Eldians and whoever is left alive in the rest of the world. Anyway, then Gabby and Falco come in and reveal something rather interesting. The female Titan can mimic other Titan powers by eating parts of them. That does actually explain quite a bit about female Titan. I mean, Annie was able to use the hardening, which she might have gotten from eating part of the armor Titan. And at another point, we saw her scream attract Titans, which she may have gotten by eating part of the Beast Titan. He has some limited control over Titans, though for him that only seems to apply to Titans he's created with his own spinal fluid, so curious, though I guess, she wasn't really controlling them so much as she was just attracting them to her. I do wonder, though, maybe she ate part of the Colossal Titan that made her a little bit bigger. Curious about that. Is she going to end up eating part of Eren and gaining the ability to stop the Colossal Titans from destroying the world? That'd be interesting. Anyway, for this chapter, the important part is that because Falco got the spinal fluid from Zeke, he inherited part of the Beast Titan's powers and part of their memories. the memories of a Beast Titan in the past who was able to fly above the clouds. So yeah, it's been theorized for a while now, and I think some Marleyan soldier mentioned it a long time ago, where we're finally going to get a Titan who can fly. That should have actually been a little more obvious. A lot of people were theorizing it, given that Falco's Titan looks so bird-like. Falcon, bird, Titan, yeah, we probably should have seen that coming. I probably should have seen that coming. But if they transform and they can fly, then they can go all the way over to Eren and figure out a way to stop him. Gabby has her sniper rifle, and she managed to cut off his head once. Maybe she can do it again. Combine that with Annie's female Titan, and they definitely might have a shot of beating him, or at least slowing him down enough so that Mikasa and Armin can go in for the kill. There's this weird moment where Kiyomi's like, oh, it's fine, you can transform in the ship. I don't care if I live or die. Like, wait, what? No, you don't actually need to transform on the ship. I mean, I guess it'd be harder to, take off from the ocean, but still, that just seems kind of stupid. Like, really, really stupid. Anyway, speaking of Annie, her father's alive. Yay! That's definitely something a lot of us have been hoping for up to this point. Somehow he managed to not die when he led a revolt against the Marleyans. Good for you. And he managed to kidnap this guy and take him hostage to drive them to Fort Salta. And just two things here. One, this dude, seriously. You're still calling him an Eldian scum. There is a god of death on his way to trample you to death, and you still have time for racism. Also, this Eldian scum saved your life. Be a little nicer. Secondly, Fort Salta. I'm kind of curious. You think they'd be safe from the Colossal Titans at the top of the fort? We haven't seen any, real intelligence from them, and it's fairly high in the air. I don't think a Colossal Titan could reach that without, really lifting his leg or crushing it with his hands. And we haven't really seen that much critical thought from them, so maybe, Annie's father, the rest of them are going to get to the top of Fort Salta and the Colossal Titans are just going to walk around it? I mean, unlikely, but maybe? And then we get all the rest of the Eldians who suddenly realize, you know what? Selling our children to be soldiers just so we can get slightly better privileges? That might have been a bad idea. I know it didn't sound wrong in the moment. I mean, who would have thought there would be any negative consequences to it? But now that I think about it, yeah, that may have been a bad choice. Yeah, you think? And now all of the airships are going to bomb the living daylights out of Eren and his army of Titans. And yeah, that's not going to work. I mean, it'd definitely be funny if it did after all this build-up. Oh, a flying Titan. Oh, the Colossal Titan. Oh, all this Titan stuff. Just a airship full of explosives is enough to take down Eren and stop his big master plan. That would be absolutely hilarious. But that's almost certainly not going to be the case. I mean, even if their explosives are capable of hurting Eren, which I don't think they are, Eren still has, the Warhammer Titan powers. He can attack from far away, manage to knock down all the fleets. I don't think they're going to be that much threat to him. Maybe they'll, narrow out his army of Colossal Titans a little bit, so Armin and Mikasa and the rest will have an easier time reaching him. That's really the most I can expect from them. And thus we come to one of the final chapters. I guess there's 2, maybe 3 chapters left this entire series, and they still have a lot to do to wrap it all up. I mean, we have the airships fighting Eren. I can't imagine that's going to take it more than 3 or 4 pages next chapter. Then we have Armin and the rest of them arriving on the plane probably crashing into Eren. The huge battle between them, Annie and the rest of them coming in for reinforcements, Eren finally being stopped, killed, whatever, and then I feel like we're going to need just an entire chapter that's an epilogue explaining what happened after Eren died to Armin, Mikasa, to the rest of the world, Annie's father, the Eldians who were on the mainland, the Eldians who were on Paradise Island, the cult of Eren, whatever soldiers are left on Paradise Island, whatever bits of Marley are left. I mean, I feel like they're sending out the airship now so that Eren can take it out, and then it's like, okay, every last bit of Marley's empire, their military power, it's been completely obliterated. Marley's no more. The other nations are going to take control over their land, and since Marley was the most racist, I guess, then they'll be more willing to negotiate, especially since, they got all this nice level land because Eren killed all the previous residents of it. They're like, okay, I know we should be mad and a little scared that you can transform into giant monsters, but you really did an amazing job leveling out the ground, and now we can farm on it, so we're not going to be that mad at you. Probably not, but please, let me think all this down below. Eren, is he going to live? Is he going to die? Is he expecting to live or die? What's happening with all that? Do you think the airships are going to do anything to him? Do you think the Colossus Titans can do anything to him? Do you think their airplane full of explosives are going to do anything to him? I really don't think it's going to be enough to finish him, but let me think all that in below. Be sure to like, subscribe to this video, and until then,
Peace.